Our first pick sees Preston playing host to Aston Villa, and Preston, they shocked a few neutrals in the manner of their dominant win over Burnley in the round of 16. Ex-Burnley player Robbie Brady got Preston off the mark with his stunning free-kick goal. Just before the interval, Osmajic doubled their advantage, with Will Keane finishing off the tie with goal number 3. Taking a look at the stats on the balance of play, this was a fairly even game. However, Preston's 4 big chances to Burnley's 0 really shows the difference in quality when it came to the final third. Preston have reached this stage of the competition, entering in the third round of the FA Cup, as they were drawn against League 1 Charlton. An Osmajic brace sealed the 2-1 win back in January, and then next up came the visit of League 1 Wycombe Wanderers. Preston edged the tie on penalties after a goalless 120 minutes. When we take everything into account with their cup run, it has been a fairly comfortable draw for the North End. With Burnley representing the biggest challenge for them to overcome, they're going to have to step their game up once again in order to better Premier League opposition. Speaking of which, they host an Aston Villa side who bested Cardiff City in their last round of the FA Cup. A Marco Asensio brace settled the matter in a 2-0 win for Aston Villa, but it could have been a lot more. Taking a look at the stats, Villa generated 25 shots, 10 of which were on target, and 5 big chances across the game. In all honesty, I think Cardiff would have been pretty happy to escape Villa Park with just the 2-0 loss. Prior to this game, Aston Villa were faced with slightly harder opposition in their cup run this year. They entered the third round and were drawn against fellow Premier League side West Ham, and they found themselves behind after just 9 minutes. However, thanks to a quick-fire 1-2 from Onana and Morgan Rogers, Villa turned the tie on its head and progressed into the next round. The fourth round saw them drawn against Tottenham Hotspurs, with Jacob Ramsey wasting no time, scoring in the very first minute of that match. Morgan Rogers then netted in the second half to double the advantage for Villa, with Tell's consolation goal in stoppage time coming a little too late to rescue Spurs. When we take a look at the head-to-head record, these sides haven't faced off since the 2017-2018 Championship season. So, take what you want from Aston Villa's 5-game unbeaten run over Preston, but pay mind to the fact that only John McGinn remains from the Villa side, and only Ryan Ledson and Jordan Storey remains from the Preston North End side. As such, I find it pretty hard to read into form for this match. My prediction for today's game is that Aston Villa have recovered from a poor spell in February, winning each of their last 4 competitive fixtures, so you have to fancy them coming into this game. On the other hand, Preston have won just 1 of their last 4 competitive games, and only 1 of their last 7 league matches prior to this match, so I find it really hard to see them being able to pull off the upset here. As such, I'm going to back Aston Villa to win within 90 minutes for a half stake here in bet number 1.